Ello. Uh, Before I forget it, I actually... Yes, I remember to change the title of the stream. Okay. So yes, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Today, with any luck, will be the final episode. So I've been informed that what I heard about how you can re-challenge the final boss and keep all the snacks, and he will just replace Pokemon, is that it's not that his battle works different in that if you get some snacks but then get defeated, you can just go back and keep them. It's more that he is indeed the final boss, and this game works in that format where after you beat the final boss, you just get your save gets booted back to before you fight him. It's just that if you manage to capture any of his shadow Pokemon, when you try to fight him again, they will be replaced by a normal, stronger Pokemon. So yeah, the goal today, it will just be to beat him. If possible, grab as much of his shadow as many of his shadow Pokemon as I can, so really, even if I can grab just one will be already a great boon. See the credits, and then try to get his remaining shadow Pokemon, so given our level, it may be a little difficult. I did grind all the way to 50, but I didn't want to overgrind, since that's the level that Shadow Logia is at, I think. As for one battle, apparently goes all the way up to level 70, and the only way to grind for Mount Battle is to do more Mount Battle. So I'm not too sure that I'll actually clear the challenge, but we'll see. But yeah, minimum goal today is just beat the game. If I can, I will grab the rest of the Shadow Pokemon. If I cannot, I'll probably have to do a bit more level grinding for next stream and see if I can finish it then. Because yeah, considering that... Let me bring up the Shadow list. Considering that the only Shadow Pokemon remaining at all, besides Logia, who we are about to Master Ball and put on the team right away, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6 Pokemon that the final boss will have, and the one that will become available once you capture all the others. Why did all of these things get... when you capture them, they become unchecked again? Gotcha. All white now, nice. Let me save over that, just in case. Also, yes, you may be sad, I have no money because I managed to save all the way down to $9 buying items. But yeah, now we advance, we capture Logia, and it is the final battle, for which we hopefully are ready. Hopefully. Ho ho ho! So you have even come this far? I had no idea that a mere child like you will pursue me this long. Professor Crane, Data Rooms, and Alaire, you alone derailed every one of our well-laid plans. Well, perhaps not just you. The news broadcast by OMBS did not help Cypher's cause at all. However, my Shadow Pokemon plan isn't finished yet. The final act is about to unfold. Having come this far, I think you've earned the right to know what I have planned. The creating of Shadow Pokemon that permanently resist purification. That was the first step. Next, I plan to create an army of Shadow Pokemon that work independently on my orders alone. When the second step is done, I will take over the world without having to rely on bothersome people. And now... let me introduce you to my faithful servant, the one that shall become the central figure in my Shadow Pokemon army. Come forth, XD001! So yeah, about that. I am sure that I am supposed to be feeling very intimidated. Codename XT001. No free-to-fall adjustments. I present to you Shadow Lugia. This Lugia is the first of the Shadow Pokemon that cannot be purified. Now, let us celebrate the completing of my Shadow Pokemon plan in advance. Fall prey to Shadow Lugia. So yeah, I'm sure that I'm supposed to be scared by you throwing a corrupted legendary at me like that, but this Lugia seems very 14 shaped. Like extremely 14 shaped. And a fancy Pokemon like that deserves a fancy looking ball. Like this one. So yes, for your master plan, using them as a link spin. Yeah! How about that? Lugia! Honestly, I would absolutely consider just saving the Master Ball and capturing this guy normally, but aesthetically, I want Lugia in the Master Ball. How dare you, child? How dare you snag my Shadow Lugia, my one loyal subject? There's nothing left, but I'll personally see to the total destruction of your Pokemon. Fall. Not gonna lie, you have less aura than the last Cypher leader. How did you even come into leadership position anyway? Did you just claim the name of the organization and make your own? But yeah, knowing what I do about how this fight works, and what its level of difficulty, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fight him normally as if he was a regular trainer. I will, if I can manage to not really get the Pokemon down on their last legs, of course I will try to capture them, but otherwise I will just go for defeat until the very last one. Frick. Lower special defense and low HP we like. Highly unfortunate. I really wanted to put some spikes on the floor, at least. Okay, there's no stretching this too. Will this thing out? Dang, I was hoping it will not go all the way to defeat, but it is what it is. It is what it is indeed. I'm gonna assume that will be a one-shot, but it is what it is indeed. Yeah, with a critical, definitely it's going to be a one-shot. Speaking of, throughout this entire playthrough, I've been kind of assuming, that the capture formula for this game was tweaked to make it easier, because I have been very consistently lucky in getting the Pokemon to stay in the ball, considering the usual catch rates for evolved Pokemon. Regarding that, one thing I found out recently is that apparently the formula is tweaked and weirdly and easier, but it is tweaked so that in the late game it actually becomes harder to capture. TLDR, I have been absurdly lucky through the entire game and just unaware of it. And I very much fear that now that I know, the luck has run out. But I guess we will find out. Anyhow, that's at least one Pokemon ready for capture. So, as long as we actually win, this fight will be an overall good result. Not ideal, but good enough. Okay, it appears that my lucky streak remains unbroken for now. I do not fancy my chances of capturing legendary gods together. I probably should lock in to get two of them down for the count and capture the last. Or rather, attempt to capture the last. Alright, I suppose that Flash Fire does not work on shadow attacks. Okay, Logia, let's see what you can do. But first, look at your summary, because I see that you are level 50, but that's it. Overall, fairly balanced stats, mostly tank, particularly special tank. Its skill is questionable in a non-competitive setup. Alright, Shadow moves are super effective against all non-Shadow Pokemon, but not very effective against Shadow Pokemon. So basically, he's gonna be super tanking the fight, but that's it. Oh, perfect. Okay, Saphira is gonna be needing some healing, for sure. At least he can take more than one turn of attacks, apparently. Okay, Moltres is on capture range, I believe. Hopefully. Logia! Oh well. That's what Restorals are for, and I can still use items, so... Let's see if we can actually manage to snag 2 of them in one battle. Alright, legendaries. Legendaries delight. This is fine. Fine enough. Realistically speaking, I should just be aiming to repeat Articuno and Zapdos and simply be satisfied with capturing Moltres. Almost. But yes, realistically speaking, I should be doing that. But I am greedy. And Logia can tank enough that if it comes down to it, I can use healing items. Okay. Wait, did I target the right one? I did. Stay in the ball, Moltres. Almost had it indeed. I am absolutely not thinking it's happening, but it would be really funny if I manage to capture... If I manage to capture all 3 of the birds, but not all 3 of the rare organs. Okay, I am being incredibly lucky that they are deciding to target Lugia for some reason. Not complaining though. Absolutely not complaining. Actually, no, stick with the timers for the birds. Please? Yes! Okay, now I just gotta actually win. Okay, good thing I changed my mind and did not use Dragon Claw after all. Very good thing. That could have gone really poorly. Right then. More timer rolls. I don't know if Zapdos can even be paralyzed. I don't remember if electric Pokemon are immune to paralyze in general, or just from electric attacks. Okay, I know the timer ball is a very not going to be effective since it manages to capture Morpheus at all. Okay, it's not a one-shot. This is fine. It's not a one-shot, this is fine. I just was not expecting him to suddenly target Sapphire again out of nowhere. Right, please stay in the wall. Dealing with one of these went really much easier than dealing with two. Almost. Now it's just a matter of luck, really. Alright, yeah, I guess I will be running through my body on the start. Assuming that Articuno keeps targeting Logi anyways. I don't know why it's doing that, but I am very grateful that it does. That it is. I will have to heal Logia at some point. I wonder if I am being baited into not killing Sapphire. Never mind. Okay, so Articuno can just finally change his mind. I hope I can put all three of them in timer balls at this point. It will be nice to have a matching trio. Let's see, timer balls after enough turns are straight up better than ultra balls. There we go. Okay, that's gonna make the rest much safer. Zapdos is now alone. This is fine. I did not mean to use a full heal. I meant to use a full restore. I may be stupid. This is fine. This is fine. What? How did that do so much damage? Do I have anyone that's capable of inflicting status effects? Felix the standard wave, but Zapdos' electric type will be immune to it. Alright, this is significantly less than ideal, but let's see if we can. Yeah, that catch rate is already pretty low as it is, without the paralysis bar. We're not gonna be going very far. I feel like even from Lugia, I feel like any attack I could make now will work out poorly. So we'll just have to already. Until we run out of timer walls. Yeah, that hurts. But honestly, all things considered, this fight is going so much better than I could have ever imagined it going. Maybe I could have even afforded to be more careful with capturing the other two. Gee, that went extremely well. I guess my luck continued. Ah! Just casually capturing the 3 legendary birds in one fight. Did not expect that at all. How? A mere child crashed my cherished plan? What? This can be. It's your fault. I won't forgive. There is no forgiving you. Grandmaster, we are done here. We shall blow up Citadel Isle with the child still on it. But if I did that, our shadow Pokemon and our subordinates will be lost as well. Grandmaster, such things can be replaced. We must ensure our own survival. I have ready the helicopter for escape. We've got to leave now. Honestly, the contrast with how they managed to fully stop me before with a single glass wall, and now they are going like, we must blow up the island with the child inside, as if a child wasn't vulnerable to much less drastic measures, is amusing. You are right. Wait! Please wait. You are willing to sacrifice everyone so you can escape? You should be ashamed. Ashamed? Clinging to foolish pride will guarantee Cypher's demise. Cypher must survive. That is our first duty. The Grandmaster feels the same way. Yes. For Cypher's sake, sacrifices must be endured. What are you saying? The Shadow Pokemon Factory has been destroyed. XD001 was defeated. Nothing remains of Cypher. Silence. Cypher will live forever. If only this child hadn't. Grandmaster, please give me the order to blow up Citadel Isle. Yes, it can be helped. Don't begrudge us, child. Stop! Let's put a stop to this. Father. Don't call him father. Call him the Grandmaster. Father, you've lost sight of what is important. You are carried away by this world Grandmaster nonsense. It is impossible to take over the world by producing powerful Pokemon. Just think of this child. This child's pure heart won out over XD001. We were in the wrong. Silence, silence, silence! Why aren't you showing some spine? We've come so far. Cypher is finished. Father, you yourself shall know that more than anyone. Oh. I see the eyes still smiling. Now please, stand up. This is how it should be. The laws of the land will render judgment on what we have done. Oh, everything I did, all of it was a mistake. Thank you for Thanks to your courage, we were finally able to wake from our nightmare. Thank you. You'll have nothing to fear from us ever. You shall return home to your family. Let us meet again too. The next time we battle, it won't be as mortal enemies. I will look forward to it. I did not expect one of the direct subordinates to end up being a good guy all along, not gonna lie. And that is very much a pre-rendered movie. At 15 FPS. Right, the GameCube did use mini-discs, so they probably had to be mindful of data size. Which is why this looks so crunchy. Joby, I wish you had been more in the game. You were such a cutie, and you only got to start at the very beginning. Criminal, really. And why are the snack guys in the middle for the photo shoot? Okay, that is hilarious. And yeah, if I have been correctly informed, once I regain control of the game, I will be back before the final boss, but I will keep the snacks I have gotten, and Master Reveal will replace the default snack Pokemon with a stronger non-shadow Pokemon. So Loki, kind of regretting a little bit not committing to capturing everything in one go, but because it will have ruled, but because I assumed I will have a lot more trouble than I did. To be fair, Lugia kind of saved my back on there by casually tanking so hard. And Saphira also carried a lot by being able to actually endure attacks without getting one shot like the others. I suppose it's no coincidence that you get to stool right after that, as in right before the battle. Literally the last encounter before it, and the pre-encounter. Even the day alone can kind of solo the fight. Well, not solo, but duo. You know what I mean. Feels good to have the triggers, especially all in their nice shiny Diagonal balls. And I suppose now we're getting to see all of the Shadow Pokemon. Feels nice that I managed to rescue basically all of them. Mirrorby, you have helped a lot in that endeavor. Because I didn't miss that many, but I did miss some that you got for me very helpfully. You I haven't gotten to yet. But soon. Very soon. And I do wonder what's the deal with Shadow Logia. They keep saying it cannot be purified, but I wonder about that. Ah yes, the Bonsler rescued from the ship. Satoru Iwata, R.I.P. I was not your biggest fan when you were alive, but time has proved me wrong. I just did not see the vision at the time. Alright, let's see if what I was told is correct. Yeah, the 5 shadow Pokemon that I captured are shown as, well, captured. Oh. Okay, that's not quite what I was expecting. Actually, never mind this. Right, given that Logia replaced Espion, or rather Jewel, Saphira will normally go on the back of the team, but I want them both as frontliners for this fight, so... Dear Zeruian, I have heard that you returned from Citadel. I send this message as an invitation to the Oracle soon. I will be arriving shortly to ask you in person. Ah, yes. Big brother, there's an old man with a really long beard standing outside. When Javi asks, he let Javi touch the beard. When Javi dug it, he's a big heart. It must be real. Okay, so there's a fight awaiting me outside. They won't let me just retry immediately. What does the shadow list say about the two I missed to catch? Don't tell me that Mirror B got them. That I was mistaken and Mirror B got them. I have been lied to. Here I thought I wouldn't have to rely on him anymore. Zeruian, have you read the mail I sent you? Yes. I panic and send email before I finish it, but I'm glad to hear that you've received it. You really should learn to use emails, old man. It has been 5 years. I was inspired by your battle exploits, Zeruian, you see. It made me want to have battle with you. That said, Zeruian, there are countless trainers that will be honored to battle with Cypher's nemesis. I therefore decided to take charge and organize a Colosseum event. Impressed? But before we talk, we must battle, you and I. En garde! Okay, but did you get your skills back? Or are you still using your get it Pokemon? Okay, you trained. At least somewhat. What was the value of that? Just now? Alright, yeah, we will give you a beat. Shadow Pokemon in this game actually are strong once they get high leveling out. Not you once, thank you, I am still enjoying being a TN game. Do the Shadow of that video. Really strong. Level 55, so I guess we have officially reached that point where the final boss retroactively becomes a joke because everyone in the boss game is stronger than him. That's gonna hurt. not quite hit hard enough. Ah well. I will miss Espion's sheer speed. Oh no. Oh well. Things will work out. But yeah, what decides to start? Okay, they just have high defense, gotcha. And the team is no longer stuck at 50. Oh, I knew it, but bravo. I repeat, bravo. It's no wonder that Cypher has their eyes on you. I must say I enjoy myself tremendously. I'm certain the trainers who have gathered at the Oracle Coliseum will be delighted to face you. Please, we'd very much like you to come. This is the Oracle Coliseum. Also, it's not at the village. The longest trainers in the land have gathered with you as the goals are in. We'll be waiting for you at the Oracle Coliseum. Alright, so I assume that's where the boss game grinding is done. That being the case, I'm gonna just focus on finishing the wall purification process, including of course catching the couple I missed. Because once all shadow Pokemon have been purified, I consider that the end of the journey. Where are the professor and mom to talk to them? But yeah, once I finish catching and snagging and purifying all the shadow Pokemon, I'll consider that the end of the journey. Post game, as in doing non-battle and the Coliseum, I will see what I have time to do today, but I'm not particularly interested because it's gonna be a grind fest, to be honest. Sorry, and you're finally going off to the ultimate battle, aren't you? You've really gone in a stature. As your mother, it makes me feel conflicted. I'm having blood on one hand, but I'm also a little sad. Go and get rid of Cypher and make it quick and come back safely. Okay, yeah, I was booted out before the final boss. Hi Zerian, while investigating Shadow Pokemon, I came across very disturbing information. It's about the Shadow Pokemon that is impossible to purify. I think I've told you about that before. It appears that the Shadow Logia of the Snack is that Shadow Pokemon. It's an outrage. It really is. However, so long as the Shadow Logia has a heart, there must be a way for it to be purified. We've got to maximally use the power of the Purified Chamber and the regular Pokemon. I think that's the important thing. I'm sure that the Logia will eventually open its heart to you. Please try your best to purify it. Translation. Put Logia in the Purification Chamber and walk around for an hour until it's finally done with therapy. Given my goal for today of purifying everyone, that's gonna take a while. For now though, Coliseum in the desert that is not unluminary. Yeah, for now though, priority is, as I said, actually finishing the sketches. How much money did I earn? Decent amount. But I already stocked up on an item, so now that I don't particularly need to fear getting my money done as a snap by losing. I'll just keep it for now. Yeah, that's how it is. Game boots me back to be for the final boss. Not gonna lie, that is a trope I really don't like. I'd much rather they put in the bare minimum effort to make a post-saving world, instead of basically making it impossible to truly save. Which is great when they do that, but happens very rarely. In topic, this is kinda not very related to this game, but there is one thing in Dragon Quest XI that made me absolutely despise it, like, why, just why? So, I probably shouldn't talk about it actually, but it's spoilers, but basically, without saying how that is done, there is one point in the game where you fight the final boss, and you get a fully realized post-saving game world. You can visit everywhere, everyone has new dialogue to reflect that the world has been saved, that the adventure is over, etc. And then it continues. Something happens, and you get on a new quest with a new path, and then it concludes with the good old, once you beat the game, you get booted back to before the boss. And I'm like, you guys really went through the effort of making a fully realized post-game save world for such a wide world map with so many locations, new dialogue for everyone, etc. And then you did it anyway and could not do it a second time? Oh, that annoyed me so much. I'm not gonna lie. So much. It was worse than if they hadn't done it a single time, actually. Now, let us celebrate the success of my Shadow Pokemon plan in advance. I will personally see to the destructing of your Pokemon. What do you mean, success? Why are you saying that after Lugia has been captured what? Okay, so the birds are replaced by birds. Paste. Alright. I probably shall just... I thought they will be a higher level. Okay, I probably shall focus on deleting from the area the normal ones, and then focus on capturing the shadows. Lugia should, in fact, be very helpful in the process. But yeah, I'm gonna look if the triggers have been replaced by other birds. Oh shit. Well, that's one of them. Raiden, do not. Raiden, please do not. I don't even dare use a normal attack. Did I say before? I hope I did. Okay, let's see if the extreme luck I have had with captures for the entire playthrough still holds. Very much doubt, but... Oh, and both of them have it. Okay, that significantly enhances the difficulty, not gonna lie. Looks like we will be resetting a bunch. Okay, that's one. That one should be replacing Tauros. So the joke is still in action. Now, Executor, please do not commit Sudoku. This is not how I figured this will go, but given the risk of self-ban, it is what I can do. Nice. Okay, that's it, that's all of them. Now, it just win. Literally just win. Which seems reasonable. Yeah, those are funny replacements. I wonder what the other two will be replaced with, actually. But yeah, it is fine. We just got to win. Okay, I guess they would love to spam Earthquake. Makes sense considering how many flyers are that half of his team is flying ones. But yeah, helping hand shadow stun, solo Pataras. Until Pandanga perishes anyway. And I guess what USSP is middle of the road, which is fine. Not so fast that it eats into his potential stacks, but not so slow that it will be slower than even non-fast ones. I completely forgot about Belowies for the last fight. Okay, I thought that was too low a speed, but nah, in this game that will not be very useful. Okay, it's just Aerodactyl now. That's fine. Yeah, we good. Most likely Fandango will get knocked out, but that's fine. Oh, never mind. It chose another target. I wonder if the lack of a partner that was immune to Earthquake ended up making the choice. It will be a funny AI quick if so. And there we go again. I presume the cutscene is the exact same, so let's start mashing. But yeah, and that's all of them. Every single shadow Pokemon except for Dragonite. Yeah, the cutscene is exactly the same, I see. So, I do not know exactly how you get Dragonite, but I have been basically told that once you have every single other shadow Pokemon, something happens that allows you a chance to get it. But the thing about that is, I am actually not sure if I need to have all the shadow Pokemon, or if I need to purify all the shadow Pokemon. If it's purify all of them, and given that the purification chamber isn't really ticking while I'm in battle, so I cannot just use the new Colosseum to pass the time. Oh, they will not let me skip cutscene. But yeah, if it is purifying, I guess it's gonna be a lot of walking in circles while the chamber does its thing. Still, I'm pretty content with this. Given the difficulty in capturing the shadow Pokemon from the last couple bosses, I genuinely wasn't too sure if I was level 50 will be good enough to be able to finish the game today, or if I will get walled. And to be honest, with how hard the shadow Pokemon were hitting, if it wasn't for Shadow Logia being able to just tank it, and very helpful how they kept targeting him, I would have struggled. I suppose it would have been smart to always save an unpurified Shadowmon. It would have been smart to use against bosses as a tank, but ah well. Okay, not to skip credits either. Questionable design choice, but I am feeling quite forgiving given that we are at the end. Not that I haven't enjoyed the game, I actually had a lot more fun than I thought I would. Full disclosure, I am actually not all that impressed with the game that everyone kept saying, oh, you have to play this, it's big Pokemon. And I can think of many ways in which this game fell short of the original Colosseum, to be entirely honest. But it most absolutely was enjoyable. Have had a good time with it. It also seemed to be particularly unlucky in a way. How I have kept having some or another form of issues while the series was lasting. Which I suppose is counterbalanced by how apparently I have had veritably absurd amounts of lag with my capture rates. Like, other than the 3 legendary birds, which, yeah, they are legendaries. Every single Pokemon I have been able to capture in 2 attempts, absolute most 3 attempts very rarely. Like, yeah, I 100% was assuming that they tweaked the formula to make it easier, to account for the extra frustration of trying to capture from a trainer instead of a wild. But now I have been, not only was I told that the modification makes it harder than it will normally be, after I said, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because that does not track with my experience at all. They even double-checked it, and no, apparently that really is the case. I also was fully expecting that now that I knew about this, and I was no longer assuming that I will have any time, suddenly the spell will be broken and I will have the normal experience with capture chances, but no, actually it has worked out shockingly well. Shockingly well. Even all the way to the final boss, honestly I was dreading it, because in my mind I was kind of assuming, oh, now that I know the spell will be broken and I'm gonna need like 10 or 20 attempts to capture each and every one of the 6 shadow Pokemon. No, it just went really well. Was not expecting that at all. But yeah, that's why the title of the stream is The End question mark. I genuinely wasn't sure if I will be able to finish today, in spite of how little content there was left. Alright, I saved before the glitch, so I could have just resetted the game. Completely did not think of that at all. Okay then. Welcome back, brother. You have to visit to play with Javi very much, but Javi isn't feeling lonely. Javi's busy because Javi has many people to play with, like Adam and Javi. Don't worry about Javi, big brother. Okay. First of all, let's put everyone in the purification chamber and fish out Joel. His time in the vacation home, I trust, has been nice. However, wrong machine. However, I'm gonna need him for one last thing while Logia gets into therapy. Okay, guys. Oh. Alright, this is because I am on the real thing. Do any of them have items? I forgot to check before. They do not. Okay. Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno in reverse or something like that. Psychic Flying. Double. That is double weakness, yeah. I don't know how to increase the flow any further. Something's different about Logia. Maybe... Oh? absolutely not what I expected. Okay, Espion, looks like you get to enjoy the vacation for real. And let's see. There you go. And also, before I forget, but yeah, since I have not seen anything happening after all, okay, I guess it changes when I get purified. But yeah, since I have not seen anything happening after all, I am gonna assume that the change in question happens happens after they are all purified, so that's gonna take a little bit. Yeah, go figure. Okay, let's get Shadow Logia purified. I wonder if that will reset its appearance. Will actually be kind of a shame to have it go back, because Shadow Logia looks really sick. I think I just aged myself. Oh, what? Okay. Apparently you have to purify him in the chamber? Somehow? Whatever it is, let's see if I can figure it out. I would rather not do the humiliating ritual of having to look it up. But yeah, I don't want to rearrange the team later, so... I mean, surely it's not about... Surely it will not be about putting a shadow Pokemon in every single chamber, because I don't have any more of them to put in. And it's not like I can... It's not like I can put regular ones in. Alright then. Let's go and talk to the professor again. If necessary, I will look it up, but I will really rather not. Oh, you know what it might be? It may be that it might be that that the purification will be automatically done once every other Pokemon has been purified. Possibly, perhaps, maybe. It is certainly a thing that could happen. The Luigi seems to have changed. What? Okay, he had to be left in. Apparently so. Logia opened the door to its heart. Huh, interesting. Enjoy your therapy. Yeah, I know that sounds bad, but honestly, Shadow Logia looks so much better. Like, Logia is cool, but Shadow Logia looks really right in an edgy way that I cannot deny I love. Anyways, the box legendary, the end of it all, or the having of the end. Therefore, the title drop. Truly, you were truly you were the Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Hi Zeruian, I've heard that you succeeded in purifying that Shadow Logia. The Cypher Guardian said that it couldn't be purified, but you've proven them wrong. Zeruian, it's because you never shirked and you gave it your all. Sincerely, thank you, dear. And I also probably should be emptying up the purification chambers, now that literally every Shadow Pokemon remaining is in there. Well, except the one. But, I don't want to rearrange the PC boxes again. That will be a lot of Pokemon to rearrange in a very slow manner. So yeah, Espion, continue enjoying your vacation, please. It's huge that you have managed to purify the Shadow Logia, which Cypher claimed to be purification proof. This will be a major blow to Cypher. Now I kinda don't care anymore, I think. So again, the Logia was purified because you gave it your all. Sincerely, thank you. Well, big brother, the Shadow Logia was really hard to purify, wasn't it? Easiest purification of my life, to be honest. I know it's because I had already laid the groundwork for it, but still. Yeah, absolutely the same stats. Okay, that's actually kind of awful. Like, yeah, 140 is a lot of potency, but sharply lowers the stat that this move scales off of. I know that the fire equivalent of this move is good in competitive, but for regular PvP play, it's kinda bad. Let's take you straight to the move tutor and see if you can learn anything better. You desperately need it. Very desperately need it. Where was it? Right, no battle. And yes, I suppose that I will just have to wait until everyone else is purified. Which probably we can make less boring by going to explore random places we have been to. That's kinda not amazing. Oof, almost in oak. Almost enough for a psychic. But almost is not actually an oak. I am very tempted to just get this peon back. I did not expect Logi to come with such a bad moveset. Like, I know those are all high tier moves, I understand that actually. But it's one thing for the moves themselves to be high tier, and it's another for them to be a good combination of moves. Like, those are useful moves on their own, but for PvE that play that combination of moves is kind of terrible. There is no good reliable attacks. Earthquake is powerful, but this is a 2v2 game, so you will only be able to use it with Salamence. Hydro Bomb is good, but it doesn't have a... Not only is it not good hand attack whereas but also not reliable, but also it does not have a stab because Lugia is not a water type. The one flying type move is not an attack, and the signature move, yeah, I bet that hits super hard once. Do you have any new moves to teach now that I am in the boss game? No, you do not. Lady, you have been useless for the literally the whole game. Like, what kind of select uniforms is this? None of my Pokemon can use them. Oh jeez. Nothing for it, but just... oh. I'm guessing you are the guy that has the last shadow Pokemon. Okay, where are you? Okay, someone in here, so I was just waiting until I entered. Good thing I did not just walk in circles waiting for the precipitations to be ready. Okay, where is he? Where is he? The idol sisters are back, I see. Has Mirror been here? Mr. Berry hasn't come around lately. What's wrong, I wonder? A well-heeled customer like him doesn't just grow on trees. Ah, you miss his money, I see. If Mirror was here, they will have talked about him. Just take a look around, and if I can find him, I will talk to the NPCs and maybe someone has seen him. Oh, maybe he's in one of those... on one of these buildings. I feel like I remember there was something there that I couldn't access back in the early game. I don't actually remember clearly, but I have a feeling that there was something here that was missing. Maybe it's related. Let's see. Not gonna lie,
Lucky being like that has kind of entirely killed my desire to do real post-game beyond the Purifications. I know it could just get Espion back, but that was disappointing. Really should have stayed the Shadow Logia. Okay, what is it that I remember it? Okay. It appears that I went to look in the right direction. Lodi colo colo. Lodi colo. What? You, Brad? How you'd show up here? Why do you always mess with our plans to get all the Pokemon in the world? No thanks to you, we've lost one Pokemon that we've caught. Yeah. I wonder why. Lodi colo. Lodi colo colo. What? What? Not you again? Or was it busy dancing? You can see that, can you? Oh, boss, the way you highlight is the greatest. Shake it. Alright then. Mirror B, be my final battle. And I don't mean final battle. Ay, wanyo. Huh? Start the music. Let me wind down the music and take a look. Oh, you are that super annoying brat. It's all your fault that my shadow Pokemon is the last of the kind. But you did worse. You messed up my dance for celebrating the future of Team Mirror. Today of all days, you are not going to get away. No, you'll never get away. Let the music play. The last of its kind, huh? I am very much counting on that.
Okay, so he got the ball and Sandball. You know what? Let's go all out. I got 30 minutes left to go today, and that should be enough time to just finish. Oh, come on, really? Not very effective? Lugia, please stop disappointing me, I beg you. Do I just have anyone that is super effective against these guys? They are water plants, so fire will be normal, ice will hit normal, ghost will then be very hard, thunder will hit normal. So, not really, no. I'll just see these. I'll just see the move on and then switch him out, I guess. It's fine, it's the final fight. It will be embarrassing if he gives me more trouble than... Oh, level 57! No wonder I wasn't hitting that hard. I am sure I can make up for that much level difference though.
because I am most definitely not grinding for this fight. Not for the final fight. If I have to use all of my items, so be it. Bogart, I need you to set the spikes. I may actually have to reset. I actually may have to reset it ironically. Okay, they do not get higher level at least. It's something. You know what? Let's go with a stronger start here. I absolutely refuse to grind for this. It's literally the last fight I need to get into. And it's Mirror Beacon. As amusing as it is, in a not so amusing way actually, that he dwarfs the final boss by being higher leveled. After all this time of clowning on him. Nah, I refuse. I suspect this fight will actually have been much easier if I hadn't purified Lugia yet. Then again, maybe he will not appear until I do. I could not tell. Don't target Bogart. That's fine. That's less fine, but yeah. You just put as many spikes as you can, Bogart. Which apparently means putting in one spike. I thought that you were going to use Rainmans first. Not first, it seems. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten. I'm gonna have to grind for this, haven't I? I really don't want to. The weather went cold. It's because of the rain. It's because of the rain. Okay, this is fine. Fish. Well, ironically, I may need to go bring SPM back. Spikes only do this magic this game? I thought they did like 1/8, not 1/16. Yeah, that tracks. Suffering levels. Perhaps I shall keep looking in this tank after all. Seems like I usually go against them, actually. Actually, you know what? Let's try that, yeah. I should have revived Electros. Not Saphira, you get a like to 2 damage. It's not how that's better. Again, if I have to use every single item I have, so be it. And login with us here, specifically for dungeon now. They really just makes. Not gonna lie, looking at this point feels kinda disappointing. Like, the one singular combat encounter that you have to get in to purify all the shadow Pokemon after you beat the game, and it's bad for them. Okay, if I can beat another, Dragonite will come out. Nice crit. Nice. Was this the one that uses use attack or the other one? But yeah, I am not grinding one way or the other. Cotton candy to you, Mirby. You put a real damn good fight at the very end. I was not ready for it. First of all, you perish. No matter what it takes. I am using very expensive items incorrectly, but literally it's a final fight. This is not real final boss, so to speak. Even if I am using consumables I can never get again, I don't care. I really don't. I just really don't. This is the last one. Be gone with you. Straight up be gone with you. Alright, now things are more reasonable. Or are going to be, rather. At how much hurt does this cause? Should not be a one-shot since it's a weaker move and lower level. About half. Any paralyzed, perfect. That is 100% more than half HP, so... Saphira, if you land the crit right now, I am going to be extremely angry with you. Perfect. Perfect. Now it's just timer valid over him.
And all of us will be alive for it. All of us. Go! I think we need to grind after all. There's your last one. Battling with you, I can find the right goof at all. So overdramatic. Oh, how dare you! I say, how dare you! That Shadow Dragonite was Cypher's very last Shadow Pokemon. There's only one thing to do now. Nigerundo yo! Saw it coming. Huh? Boss! Wait for us! Huh? What is this? In my perfectly life after though, I found this little device. Nothing appears on the mirror radar anymore. It appears to have broken. You really notice it at the last possible moment you could have, huh? Fine with me. You are no longer useful. Okay, I don't think 10 minutes is actually gonna be no time to purify everyone by running back in circles, even ignoring the time it will take to actually do the purifications themselves. But this is unironically the level of... Oh, really? But this is unironically something at the level of things I will do off stream, off camera, to finish up. To finish up the game. So if we have to go a little bit over, so be it. Just gotta put the Dragonite in the chamber and do some running around. And that will be the end of it all. I will not even be going to a Colosseum, not gonna lie. I forgot to fix the order, oh well. Don't mind Loki being like this anymore, because I am not going to be getting into more fights, so it's whatever. No items on Dragonite. Alright then. That's the last one for real, isn't it? Yes, it is. And so yeah, with this the game is basically over. Literally all that's left, since I am not going to be doing the sheer level grind for one battle, and I presume that this Colosseum is level 60. Not that I will be finding out. I am calling my mission over at purifying the remaining Shadowmons. It's really just walk around until they are ready, then bring them to the chambers. And I have no idea what to yap about while I do, because that's gonna be, considering how purifying Salamence was, that's gonna be a lot of walking.
But I wanna do the final on camera. But yeah, that's basically other than this little white video. With all the shadow Pokemon purified, I will consider the journey over. And after it's over, what follows? Well, normally I will just start the next game. Especially since I feel like I keep taking breaks between games, which is not ideal, but this time it's gonna be actually a bit of force majeure. Because in about a couple weeks, which is not a lot of time to play much of anything, I will be taking a short holiday. I will be... It's actually not relevant where I will be physically, but I will not have access to my computer during that time. So I will have to interrupt the streaming anyway. So I figured I'll just not do that and simply start a new series once I come back. And what will that be? Most in all likelihood, I do not like to confirm 100% because I cannot stand by those confirmations. Time and again I keep making plans and then changing my mind, that I am pretty sure that what I will be playing when I come back is No Man's Sky. And my plan for that game in particular is that at the start I will do, instead of doing 2 hours, 3 days a week like right now, I'll just be streaming it whenever I can, play it all day if I can. And eventually, once I feel like I've done most of the core game experience, but there's so much content that I want to do over a long time. Once I hit the point, I will probably switch from doing it all the time I can to sessions like this. And in the meantime, I will probably privately play another game I feel like I will not enjoy streaming. Like, for example, if I wanted to play what other games do I have installed right now actually? None actually. I mean, yeah, you have some, but I kinda wanna stream Yakuza, even though it will take forever. And I do want to stream Dragon's Dogma and Darksiders. I mean, I may change my mind about both of those, but or you know, either when I do switch from doing No Man's Sky all the time to short sessions, either I will find something to play that I don't feel like streaming, such as maybe the Chamber or Darmot, or maybe the Metro series, or alternatively, I will just start streaming 2 games at once. No Man's Sky on short sessions, on short regular sessions, and whatever else I feel like playing at the time, such as for example Dragon's Dogma, on the rest of the time. Since I should get used to streaming 2 different, more than 1 game at once. But yeah, we'll see. The plan for now is that when I come back from holiday, we'll start doing No Man's Sky, when I play streaming whenever I can play it, and then transition to sessions again once we have gotten far enough into the game. And yeah, that's the future plans. Not the most entertaining yet, I know. How far have we gotten in the purification process? Oh, this is gonna take a while. That was barely 1/4. But yeah, you have seen it. It just... It's just walking around until it's done. And I am getting hit all at once with a combo of the meds are making me sleepy, have been feeling a bit sick that I have been holding until now and it's hitting, and also the heat wave is back and it's leaving me without any energy. I had to close the window in order to start streaming, and it's been getting suffocating slowly over the 2 hours. But still, there is nothing demanding about what's left, it's just waiting. And I very much want to finish today, and I do want to show the last purification camera. Even realistically speaking, they are just purifications, and I don't think there is anything that's gonna happen once they are done. It's just something I want to do for completion. Not that I'm playing this game to completion, but like, you know, I want to give a sense of closure. So what I believe I'm gonna do right now is go into the break screen and chill a little bit and see if I can get some energy back while keeping my hand on the controller and keep walking all the way around. I will say I will be back in 5 minutes, but I honestly don't know if it will be 5 minutes, but I will try. It's probably gonna be 15 minutes of walking here, so I will take a short break and see if I can at least recover some energy to keep talking. See you all in a bit. And I am back, sorry about that. I just looked at the YouTube broadcast screen, which tends to have a very high delay, and saw myself running around here just as I was doing, and I was like, oh god, did I actually forget to switch to break card, and I was live all of this break, actually? But no, it just has hell of a delay for some reason. How are our purifications looking? I certainly hope that it's almost done. It is. It is almost done. Okay, let's do this in batches. First of all, you three. It's gonna be less messy to do 3 and 3 and 1 than to try to do all 7 at one go. Well, not like I could, but in the time it takes me to give them some therapy, they will also, the verse will probably be done. And I'm gonna end up doing them in reverse order because I didn't pay attention. Oh well. You are in a better place now, Tauros. Free from that man. I will consider leaving some of you, at least one of you guys, as a shadow for future battles. However, there is no future battles. It's over. It's all over. Canonically, obviously I'm not gonna do that because what if I ever decide to come back to this save and deal with the post-game, but canonically, after I finish purifying them all and go do that last save, my character will go around releasing every single shadow Pokemon they have captured, other than the 6 currently in team, for obvious reasons. Well, and also other than the 3 that than the 3 X-Team members that are on the PC. Everyone else though, yeah. This was a journey to free them all and give them therapy. Not to contain them. They are free to go back to the wilds and find trainers they truly want to be with, rather than someone who stole them. Or they are free to go try and find their lost trainers. Since they were all Pokemon from the ship, I suppose that it's very possible that most of them already had a trainer. Notice. Okay. Articuno. I'll take the first. Zapdos. Zap the second. And Molt 3. Molt the third. Let's get all three of you to therapy. Oh, and the guys in the purificating chamber. Yeah, other than the ones that I captured as real Pokemon, all the ones that used to be shadow Pokemon for the purificating chamber, now that each purpose has been served, will also end up released, obviously. Okay, birds, you have been freed. I don't know how in the world did you get on board of that ship, but no longer. I mean, there's a pretty high chance that the reason why the game with Luigi in the cover has the legendary birds is a reference to the old movie. But shh, that doesn't matter. Articuno actually used to be my absolute favorite Pokemon of the first generation. And not just because it was a legendary, I actually was never much of a fan of the designs for Zapdos and Moltres. But I think a big part of that is because of the way it was portrayed on the original sprite for the old games. And also, to be honest, the way it was drawn in the collectible sticker collection from all the way back then, it made it look. It gave both the sprite and the sticker gave me the impression that its visual design was a little bit different than what later games ended up revealing it to be. In a more fantastical way, which made me fall in love with it. So even now that I have seen what he really looks like in more high definition models, I still think it's by far one of the better looking Pokemon of that generation. Unlike this duck on fire. I am sorry, but Moltres is literally a duck on fire. Gen 1 had some absolute hits and also some absolute misses like that. But yes, they are going in the box now, but they will be going straight to release after I am done. Funny that I will end up with a green robe at the very end. And leaving Saphira there for right now. And Dragonite is not quite done yet, but almost, very close. Just a little bit more of walking around for him to be done. God, the purificating chamber really is the one thing that stops me from saying Colosseum was better. The other thing, of course, is the idea and executing of Shadow Pokemon being much better, because in Colosseum, Shadow Pokemon were just bad, straight up. Yeah, the fact that they cannot level up was the same as in XD. In that regard, it really does not never feel worth it to leave a Shadow Pokemon as a Shadow Pokemon, but at least, as long as you stay in their level range, Shadow, and once they start getting better moves than the initial Shadow Rush and Shadow Bullet, or I don't even remember what the basic special Shadow Attack was. Once they start getting better Shadow moves, some of the Shadow Pokemon in this game are actually really freaking strong, as long as they do not become underleveled. In Colosseum, they really were not. They kind of were terrible all around. That and the purificating chamber making it actually viable to purify everyone, as well to satisfactory conclusion, is the two major improvements in Colosseum. Getting every single shadow Pokemon purified was a grind so much worse than actually snagging the ball in the first place. It took so long, you only could do it through battles, it was so bad. But I will not have to do that this time, not gonna lie. And yes, technically, you also could just purify everyone by simply putting them in your team and then running around like this, but it took so much longer, especially for the high level ones. And it's not as if it's extremely quick in this one either, so yeah. But almost. Only one shadow Pokemon remains, and they are almost there. The journey is very nearly almost over. I like to kinda miss streaming this game. Kinda. But in all honesty, beat this game or any other. As long as you get a satisfying conclusion, a conclusion is important, and I will. Getting an overall positive final impression really just means that I will leave this game with fond memories. Alright, big guy. You are the last one. Let's get you put through therapy. I don't even know if anything will happen once we do. But I wanted to do it anyway. For the last time. Welcome back. Hyper Beam, Heal Bell, I don't even remember what Heal Bell does. Dragon Dance, and Earthquake. Yeah, I will take Salamence. Dragonite, design-wise, is definitely something. Like, Dratini looks so cute. Dragonair is so cool, it was another of my favorites, but then it evolves into Dragonite, who is... Why? How did we go from there to this? Kinda makes me suspect it's one of those cases where Generation 1 mixed up two different evolution lines, because they couldn't do all the designs that they originally planned. But yes, well, nothing happened when I did it. That was the end. Let's go home. It's over. Let's go home. We are done. Well, just in case the game crashes. But yeah. We never got a cooler bike, we never got a party member, we never got a lot of things, but it's fine. We are done. You're fabulous, Zeruian. You've purified all the shadow Pokemon. Yes, I did. Finally all the shadow Pokemon you recovered from Cypher have been purified. I guess this won't be needed anymore. No, it won't, and that's for the best. All the effort you've put in has finally borne fruit. Congratulations, Zeruian. Your efforts made all our research work worthwhile too. You're welcome, guys. You're very welcome. One last time. I like the aesthetic selecting of Vals I managed, especially after running so long with two Premier Vals. What do the good doctor and mom have to say about this one thing? Hi Zeruian, I've heard. You've now purified all the shadow Pokemon. That's fantastic work. Now Pokemon will be able to live in peace without fear. This is all you're doing, Zeruian. We all owe you huge thanks. Zeruian, you've grown so impressively. The purified chamber represents the dreams of Professor Crane and myself. And of course your father's too. Seeing you make use of the purified chamber so capably, I can help but feel the tug of destiny. Big brother, Chubby doesn't get it, but Mimi and the other Pokemon are all very happy. Did you do something incredible? You did you? Yes, I did, dear sister. Yes, I did. My room was, let's see if I remember. Here. It is done. And that is it. That was Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. And boy does it get good to finally bam this game off my backlog. I've been wanting to play it forever. Didn't think I will be doing it in public, but I actually surprisingly enjoy that. I feel like, while I'm very much not satisfied with how my voice is not yet up there and I still have trouble with pronunciation, this has been the game where I feel like I can just go and hit a stream and not worry about preparing things to talk about beforehand, which, yes, there's still dead air, which I'm not so happy with, but I could just start talking and manage somehow. Which I hope makes it easier to find the confidence to stream other games I feel less comfortable commenting on. I should. As a matter of fact, No Man's Sky is absolutely the type of bias-based game that I will normally enjoy privately and in silence. But I kind of get the feeling that I will be alright. Though that will not be until a month from now. Until then, I hope you all enjoyed these areas, and I hope you will have a wonderful time until the next one, and have a nice rest. Until a month from now, when I come back with No Man's Sky, where I will make an announcement on my social media accounts. Good night!